And we're back with another video. This time we're talking about the question why. This is a pretty difficult topic to talk about because there's not like a basis on this. I just kind of wanted to talk, so I'm making a video. And I think about this a lot. The question why, in my opinion, it's like the most fundamentally important question ever. And when I say that, I'm not like trying to make a hyperbole, I'm not trying to do whatever. I truly believe that the question why is the most important question ever. And I'll say that for a reason. One reason is it's the first question you always ask. Like, you'll see little kids always ask, why does this work? Why does this happen? Why? Why? Why, mama? Why? Why, dada? Why? They always ask why. Well, why is that? I don't know. I don't have an answer. I guess I should probably, but whatever. The people ask the question why because everyone's curious. Like when you're younger, you're curious. You want to learn things. You don't understand why they work. You want to know how. You don't like uncertainty. No one likes uncertainty. If you had an option to never be uncertain in your life and understand everything, you would take it. So that's what these kids are doing. They're just trying to figure out the why. They don't want to be uncertain. Not knowing something is scary. It's like ignorance is bliss. Or actually, it's the polar opposite of ignorance is bliss. Not knowing something is scary. In my opinion, I'm not a believer in ignorance is bliss. I believe it can be true, but I don't believe in it. So that follows my viewpoints. But the question why, it's just so important. And another reason is it is fundamentally why we have developed as a society. And that sounds crazy, but if you break it down, it isn't. Let's think about religion. Religion is one of the main drivers of this entire world. We have had crazy wars over religion. We have had, like, if you could boil almost everything back down to religion caused it. Because religion is so important. Everyone wants to know why they exist and what their purpose is. Everyone wants to know, why do I exist? And I think if you don't think that, Joe Bartolozzi talks about this, and he calls them philosophical zombies. And I don't understand how someone could be a philosophical zombie. Like, a philosophical zombie, according to Joe Bart, is a person who never questions anything. They just live their life blindly. They don't worry about anything. They don't question anything. They go to school, they go to work, they do it, they go home and doom scroll in their bed and go to sleep. That is what their day consists of. Is there anything inherently wrong with that? In a morality standpoint, no. In my eyes, yes. I would never want to be someone like that, where I don't question anything. Obviously, that's the sole reason I started this. I want to question things and talk about things. It's just such a... And the question why, I'll go back to my religion. It's like, if you think about it, religion has drove everything. As I was saying earlier, wars, new scientific discoveries. You can almost tie everything back to religion. Because, well, religion is so important. Everyone has a religion. Whether they're atheistic, agnostic, Christian, believe in Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, Islamic faith, maybe a random faith that only 20 people know about. Anything can be hindered back to a religion. Your friend group is normally people with your similar religion. Is that always true? No. I would consider myself agnostic, and I believe all my friends would consider themselves Christian. Would I consider them good Christians? No. Not in the slightest, actually. But, that's besides the point. And I think the question why has developed us so much. And another viewpoint I have, I have no backing behind this, it's just my thoughts. I think if you started society over at Homo sapiens, 400,000 or 40,000? 400,000 or 40,000 years ago, every single time, if they spent, and got it to, where we, however many years in the future we are, and they gain consciousness, every single time, they would have the question why. I would bet you could run it a million simulations. Every single time, after 100 or after like 400,000 years, they would eventually formulate the question why, because it's so important. It is so, so, so important. Almost everyone in their life questions, why do I exist? And another thing, and if they don't question that, they're gonna say, why me? Why does this happen to me? Say something bad in your life happens. Say you're a little kid, not even a little kid. Say you're 15, you're my age, and your mom dies. My first thought, or like my first question is, why me? Why does this have to happen to me of all people? I haven't done anything inherently wrong in my life. My mother hasn't done anything inherently wrong in her life. So why would this happen to me? And again, that funnels back to the question, why? And I just think it is the most asked, I said in an earlier video, who are you is the most asked question, but internally, the most asked question is why. And almost every question you ask can be boiled down to a why. Why does this happen? Why does this exist? Why is this happening to me? Everything can just be boiled down to a why. And yes, you could say that about a lot of other questions, but I think the why really exemplifies it. It is such a good, it's such a good question. And I genuinely just love the question why so much. If I ever I want to just sit and think, I'll just ask myself the question why. And then I'll go wherever my brain takes me from there. If it takes me, why do I exist? Then I go to, why do I exist? If it takes me to, why is this happening? Then I'll go to there. And the question why can put you into such a deep, thought-provoking state. Because, well, why is just so important. And it has drove us humans so far. And I would promise you, if we never had the question why, I don't even know. I think the question why is what developed consciousness for humans. And I don't believe in the egg theory. I don't believe that everything is me. I feel like that's pretty narcissistic and egotistical. I don't know if narcissistic is the right word, but I would say egotistical is. I don't believe in that. I don't know why I brought that up. That just threw me for a loop. I lost my train of thought. But it's just such a fundamentally good question. If you ever just want to think, ask yourself the question why. Why? And just go where your brain takes you. Because you will go to some crazy places because you're questioning yourself why. It is truly such a good thing. I might end it here. This is going to be a really short video. I just wanted to talk. And I couldn't go to sleep tonight. So, also, little heads up, I tried recording this video like 5 times when I was fishing, and I saw someone, so I was like, oh, as I walk home, I'm going to record this video. And then I saw 3 people, and I was like, okay, I'm giving it up. Alright, but thank you guys, and have